Okay, so now let's just continue. I just introduced the basic concepts of virtual machine. So you can see virtual machine is on the layer of the actual machine that chopping the actual machine resources into several portions, then provide the services for others. To others, they really feel it's like their own machine. Okay, so that's really flexible to use. And with these concepts, so now let's just see how this database gonna be used. So you have doing retriever the database with no matter what kind of ugly reporting tool you have row and column. But that's not the only way to interact with the database. You actually can interact with the database with some programming code. So anything you see in the website, you have the image, you have the price, you have the product name. That's actually also show some database. They're gonna have the interaction and let you see how this gonna working. It's actually so there is some application to use SQL to interact with this, and they have the web server to do that. So let me just show an example over here. The web server I'm creating right now is kind of ugly. Okay, so but I have no motivation to decorate that. I just do the demo purposes. So that's the way how I gonna do. So first, I think I already run the server, and I will just copy this and okay, make this. Oh no, virtual machine, not this. Put that smaller size. Okay, so over here. So now you can see in the code, I have something to select. I can select the department ID. When I submit the department ID, they're gonna show the employee in each of these department ID. So if I have 50, and then that's you can see the employee in the 50. That's actually the HR database we have. And over here, I do some configuration for that system. I don't bother to show you how to do that, but that's how I set up over here. And if you look at the programming code, so that's, I think, let's see. So for the department, select JSP. So the department select JSP over here. If you look at the code, that's a Java code I'm gonna have to set up the server. You probably not be interested in look at this Java code. But over here, you can see select department ID from the employees order by the department ID, and then I will show this value over here. So you can see that's how I'm gonna show all this value. That's how I make the selection if I make the change. Over here, apparently, there are a lot of repeat results I don't really need if I change this to distinct. Okay, so if I have changed to distinct, I change the SQL code, I will let this run, and when I do this, so now you can see I don't really have any repeated words anymore. So I just have very each department sitting there, and then when each department I make the selection, I will pass the results to all these departments. Okay, and show this final employee information. So just coming over here, let's see what's the benefit when we use this code. So that's also just looking at when we have the selection, that's the result we will pass to the code over there. they will select all the employees depending on the department ID I just passed by selection over here. So for the department 30, we have this one, and right now let's see how many department 30 they're gonna have. So when we have the submission, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 people have this department 30. They're actually coming from the database system. Okay, but if I make the change to the database they're gonna have, that's the actual database they're gonna have. And which department I'm using? Department 30. So let me just submit another records, fake records for the department 30. So in this database, let's say I have another person. I just 222. I just ID 222. Okay, and I just use my name. Doesn't matter. 50.121 6 3 29 man salary 888. This is doesn't matter. This side just 100. And the department I'm using 30. Okay, I just assign the 30 to my department. So that's a new record I just put into this database system. Suppose I'm putting this into the database system. Just wait a minute. Where? Okay. So here, that's the results I just put in here. So I have changed my data in the database, and then when I change my data, I'm just using the same submission again, but clicking over here, you can see the new records has been selected. That's the record I just put in. I just say I'm in the department 30. So from the benefit of this one, when you try to use the web coding, okay, web page by using this coding, and then whenever your data is changed, they just use whatever the data they're gonna have. So over here, I just go back to delete these records, put this database back in normal, and then when I delete this database, so right now when I go back and then let them to do, you can see this record has been deleted. So the benefit of combining the SQL and the web server together is they always show the results up to date. Whatever they save in this database, they're gonna show these results to you. And how they're gonna interact with each other, you can see that's the SQL code we actually learned from here. So when we use different code, they're gonna show the different results. And this is a demo you can see, but why this gonna be useful? So let's think about in the Yahoo Finance, they're gonna show the top 10 gainer in the stock market every day. So they're gonna have the company ticker, company name, have the price, they have the change and the percentage of the change. So that's what they're gonna provide every day. So now the question for you is, do you know what's gonna be the top 10 gain in the stock market tomorrow? At the current moment, I bet you don't know. If you know, you have already been millionaire. That's no have any meaning for you to take my class. You should go just directly buy the stock, right? So as you can see, for the Yahoo Finance, they're gonna show this portion change every day. So if you don't use the database, that means this web page, you have to manually have the person to update every day. it's very painful. But when you have the database, let's say you have the database system to maintain all the stock price and the change in the database. So what you're going to do is just have the query to select the change of the percentage on the sorting them according from the descending order, and you just choose the first 10 records and show this one by one. So you will know there's going to be a ticker, although you don't know what exact ticker you're going to have, but that's the information saved in the database. You're going to have it. It's just the same for the demo over there. When I select the department 30, you have no idea because people come and go. But no matter what it is, they saved over there. I will just show this employee name, their department ID, the salary, whatever they save in the database. So the solution, if I just make the change manually every day, it's painful. The second one is just have the separate database process. So you have the web page, they're gonna in charge how to show the data, and that's the codes you're gonna write in here. This is the portion gonna show how to show the data, but you have the query for the SQL you select. You will know the database will maintain the data. At the moment you write in this one, you know there were 10 companies were coming here, but what's the actual 10? We don't know. But for the database, they're only in charge of how to save the data, but how the data gonna be shown, they don't care. It's the job of the web page. So this is the way how you can see they're gonna be do the interaction with each other. Okay, so the same thing happen over here. in the same framework, when you play the game, you do the stock trading, you see they are like Google provides some guideline of like traffic jam, or you go to the Walmart. All these things actually have a database back in the system to for you to do the interact and to do the update. Okay, so although you don't really feel the database sitting there, it's just like in the air. You don't feel it, but you actually need it, and it exists. Now the question is, why bother to learn? I will never use SQL to use any game, online banking, online shopping, black box system. All these, although they have the database on the back end, and each time when I log into the Facebook, they show different results. Why? Because they're not changing my web page at all. They just change the data at the back end. My friends update their status, and then there are some SQL according to certain logic, according to how many people like it and how many people watch the information and how close that person to me, to determine the ranking of the information they're going to show. In the black box system, determine who I am, and then when I log into the system, when I log into the blackboard and when you log into the blackboard, it's different. And when the semester going, I select different class, they're going to show the current class I'm actually taking. So that's all in the database, but they never change how they're going to display the data. It's the same. So only database and the backend in charge of the data. But all these transaction system you actually don't need. Okay, for this transaction system, this is pretty much, how to say, standard. So you don't even bother to know the SQL, but once you are the manager and when you try to analyze data, that's a demo I would like you to see, watch by yourself, and you understand how this gonna interact with you. So for any decision making, all these patterns, all the information you will be able to see. Let's see, since it's short, probably it's better for me just show up here. Anyway, I guess it's not that convenient to do. Let me just do it over here. That's more convenient. Okay. So it's better for you to watch out and see. Sorry.
Tableau Desktop helps you see the stories in your data. It's visual analytics anyone can use. Drag and drop to find trends and outliers. Effortlessly drill into your data and use quick table calcs like running total to see the bigger picture. Connect to the data you care about, whether it's a spreadsheet, database, or big data. Access data warehouses, cloud applications, and cloud databases from a single application. Mix and match from different sources. Tableau brings all your data together in one simple view. Sort, highlight, drill down, or filter your data in seconds. In this view, we can easily spot underperforming products. With Tableau, you can keep on asking questions in the data until you discover the root cause. Change your perspective to discover something new. With a click, the scatter plot transforms into a tree map, highlighting that Western Asia has several unprofitable regions. Use drag and drop forecasts to spot trends, identify opportunities, and ask questions like, will I sell more next year? Add calculations to extend your data. Transform your data into powerful interactive dashboards. Then customize them for different devices. Share your analysis securely on Tableau Online or Tableau Server. Your entire organization can access these interactive dashboards from any browser or mobile device to find their own answers. Tableau makes analyzing data fast, easy, and beautiful for everyone. It's designed to help you be smarter, so you can make better decisions faster. Tableau. Answer questions at the speed of thought.
Although here I'm just using the visualization, but that's another big component of data analysis using other tools. So you can see no matter what you're going to do, first things you need to have is how you're going to pull your data. The data all saved in the database. If you don't know use SQL to pull the data, you don't even able to start to do the next step analysis. And it's true for the visualization, it's true for any type of data data analysis. And comparing to the transaction system, because we will know when you log in what kind of things you're gonna do. The procedure is pretty standard, so we can seal the SQL seamless with the system because we know what you're gonna do. But when you analyze data, the benefit or the potential or the problem you will encounter this year will be very different from the next year. So there's no standard SQL will be seamless connected with the system. It's always this year you're probably gonna check the North American data, but the next year you probably need to check the Asia data. And then you have to looking at all different portion, and to make sure this year probably that's the supply chain issue. The next year, if your company have the problem, they're probably the marketing data issue. So that's all coming from everywhere, and you have to know where you can get the data, what you actually need. And no matter what kind of major you are, even you are not ISBA, it's become a very common skill for accounting, finance, and the marketing, because you need to extract data from the company database and load these to another software for the analysis. So, and that's some link depending on which major you are, or in the future what kind of area you want to have the job to, you can just looking at. So that's for all the related issue. Okay, so that's just for how they interact with